everybody. Welcome back to Travel Tip Tuesday. And I just got back from Thunder Bay, Ontario, and I wanted to give you a rundown of what flying is really like right now, or at least was like a couple of days ago when I got back, because
probably different 2 days later, but whatever.
Who knows? It could have changed. So this is just my experience. I don't know what to tell you, but this is my experience of how it went. So I flew Halifax.
Jenn.
I will be completely honest. I flew Halifax, Toronto, Thunder Bay, and back all on WestJet, which is usually my airline of choice. So, hey, WestJet, if you want to sponsor this podcast, I wouldn't be sad about it. First of all, I just want to tell you that as of, I think, the end of November, you do have to be fully vaccinated to fly if you're over 12. I assume that as vaccines roll out to younger ages, they will probably move that age down, but that's what it is as of right now. It's planes and trains in Canada. So I was flying within Canada, so I did not need a negative COVID test in order to travel, just so people know.
Praise be.
Yeah. Yes, because our testing sites in Nova Scotia that are done by public health they don't give you a test for travel purposes. So you do have to pay for those. So it's a little more convoluted. I don't know as much about it because I haven't done it, but I do know that you can't get them at the regular testing sites. So I will say I checked in for my flight on the WestJet app, which is what I usually do. And I had to upload a proof of vaccination, and it had to be the one with the QR code.
Okay.
And you need to have it on your phone or on your computer saved as a JPEG, because a PDF will not upload into the app.
Okay.
So you have to, you can take a screenshot of it on your phone, which is what I did, and it worked totally perfectly and was completely fine. And there was a thing asking about symptoms, I think, when I was checking in, which would have been 24 hours before my flight. I went to the airport. Well, they tell you that you need to show up even earlier. So it was saying 2 hours before your flight for domestic and 3 hours before your flight for international, I think is what it said. I did show up 2 hours early. Security in Halifax, my flight was at 9:30 in the morning. So I got there around 7:30. There was hardly any lineup for the security in Halifax. I waited like 5 minutes. So I had a lot of time to kill.
Right.
I did notice they were sending everybody through the full body scanner in Halifax. I don't remember if that's what they were doing pre-pandemic.
Maybe it was just a slow morning.
Maybe.
They're like, why don't we check all these people just in case?
And that's totally possible. It might have nothing to do with the pandemic, or it might, I don't know, but that's what they were doing that particular
Maybe you look like a shifty crowd of people.
I don't know. They did. I had my hair in a bun, and they did pat down my hair after I went through the full body scanner. So that's not the first time that's happened to me.
I see.
So I will say, once I got through security in Halifax, there was not much open. Tim Hortons was not open. Yeah.
What? You couldn't get a Tim Beeb?
I could not get a Tim Beeb. It was very sad. If you've been in the Halifax airport in the international and domestic kind of area that's not the US area, you go up the escalator after security and Tim Hortons is right there. And that
welcomes you.
It was not open. And it was like 7:30 in the morning. So it's not like I was there at 4 a.m.
What does this world come to?
I don't know. And a lot of the little store, like the kiosks, were not open at all. Yeah, it was very strange that there wasn't a lot of places to get food or drink.
Is Starbucks open?
I didn't go.
That would have been my big question.
It was really strange.
That's very bizarre.
Yeah, I was like, I'm glad I packed some muffins from home, because usually I do go to Tim Hortons or like somewhere to get a drink and something to eat. You do have to keep your mask on in the airport if you're not actively eating or drinking. Did I see anybody walking around enforcing it? No, but most people were complying with it. So that was fine. They, recommend that you socially distance in the airport and not sit beside people that you're not traveling with, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So I flew to Toronto, and even the Toronto airport didn't have much open. Tim Hortons was open there. So I did get a tea and a bagel in Toronto.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so when you're boarding the plane, that was pretty usual. They call you up by zone number, as they usually do. You hand them your passport or your ID and your boarding pass, and they get you to take your mask down so they can check your identity.
Right. I like that.
Yeah, which is totally fine. And then that's it. So getting onto the plane, there's a flight attendant at the front handing out wipes, which was really nice. They were on all of my flights, someone there handing out wipes. So that was nice because I didn't pack any to take with me. Right. So they were there and you could take it when you're getting on the plane, wave everything down. And then they came around like pretty much right after takeoff and collected them, which was really nice. They did serve food and drinks as usual. So they ask you not to take your mask off to eat or drink until the flight attendant, booth is past your row, kind of thing. So you can take your mask off to eat or drink and then put it back on. They came and delivered the food and drinks, and then they came and collected the garbage. And then if you don't give them, let's say you're not done with your cup or your whatever, they won't take it again. Like that is your last chance to get rid of your garbage, because after that they won't. Now. They tell you on an announcement, take everything with you off of the plane, including garbage. So I was never a person who would leave garbage in the seat pocket in front of me, but a lot of people did. So they ask you, please don't do that and take your garbage.
Filthy animals, take your garbage.
You should have been taking your garbage with you the whole time. But anyway, here we are. The other thing was doing the safety demonstration. Now, this is interesting. They do the safety demonstration every flight. I did not notice until my last flight that they did not talk about the oxygen mask until my last flight 4 of 4. And so in that one, they instructed you to take off of your medical or cloth mask to put on the oxygen mask. None of the other flights mentioned it. Don't know why.
I mean, maybe they're just although people are stupid. But maybe they're just hoping people would realize to take that off first. But I think they probably need to be told. So I guess it's probably a good hint.
I guess it was just, that was really bizarre to me. They didn't talk about that before.
That is odd.
But yeah, otherwise flying was pretty much the same, I think. And it was weird sitting next to a stranger who's, right here, right in your bubble. I did have nobody beside me on my last flight. So that was really nice.
Yeah, that was
good. But otherwise, most of my flights were full. I will say flying home into Halifax, into Nova Scotia, you have to fill out the Nova Scotia Safe check-in form. So it's just pretty quick. You fill it out on your phone or online or whatever. And you have to present proof of that telling you that you're good to go before you're allowed to leave the baggage area. So there's somebody there checking. You had to upload again your proof of vaccination, and you have to give them your address and all of this stuff. But yeah, it basically gives you a green thing, like you're good to go. And then they look at that and they let you leave.
Did they give you like any rapid tests or anything at the airport, or could you have taken?
So after you leave the baggage area, there was a table set up with volunteers or people who are working there. I don't know. Anyway, they gave out rapid tests. So they give you 2. They give you one to take that day that you've arrived and one to take on day 3. I did both of mine. Both of them came back negative. So I will say that I found the rapid tests much more annoying to get than like the one that the PCR test that like the nurse does. The swab is bigger on the rapid test, and it's hard to shove something up your own nose. It just is. But otherwise they're pretty easy to do, and then you just wait 15 minutes. They look like a little pregnancy test, and then you're good to go. So
we're lucky to be able to get those. I think
you're very lucky to be able to get those. I did book myself in for a PCR test that I had yesterday, just to doubly make sure before I go back to working with the public this week, just because.
Very responsible of you.
Just being responsible. So in wrapping all of this up, my top tips right now are having your proof of vaccine on your phone as a JPEG. It's very important. And plus you need it to show, getting into restaurants and all of those things, probably where you're going and here. Be prepared for things to change quickly. You don't know when things are going to change. Make sure you know the entry and exit requirements of where you're going. There was a bunch of people that got off our flight and did not know about this Nova Scotia Safe Check-in form. And they did not say anything about it on the plane, which I thought that they might, thinking back to filling out custom forms on planes before, right? I thought, oh, maybe they'll say something, but they did not. So Google that before you leave. And yeah, relax and be kind because everybody is just doing their best.
They are. And kindness is free.
It is free. Yeah.
Doesn't cost a darn thing.
Yeah. So I hope this helps you if you are planning to fly soon. As always, you can chat with us on Instagram and Facebook at the Travel Mug Podcast. And you can find more information on our website, travelmugpodcast.com. And we'll chat with you again soon. Bye.
Happy flying. Bye.